Good evening and welcome once again to the Whiskey Cowboy Live. Tonight's date is September 29th, 2024. It is a Sunday. Sunday. Tonight's coffee is hazelnut cream. It's not hazelnut cream. It's a hazelnut mocha from Pete's brand. Hey, Laurel. Laurel says, good evening. Looks and sounds good. Fantastic. Hey, Phil. Welcome to the show. Judy says, howdy, Cowboy. Good job for making it on time there, Judy. Waiting for folks to come on in. Don't know if Gus is going to make it or not. He's been busy all day. I went and I dropped off eggs. Got 3 dozen eggs delivered today. So, a bunch of happy campers. Happy campers. Skiddly-doodly-doo. Dropped off eggs at a couple locations and took the missus for a drive. We haven't been for just a casual drive for a bit. So, drove around and then drove home. Alrighty. Come on, folks. Waiting for folks to jump on in. Boy, he's just chomping at the bit. Let's see what the Cowboy's got to say. Let the folks know. I already told him today. I think it was earlier today. Got an issue. Folks are stirring up a bunch of hogwash again. And I've been trying to tell folks about this stuff over the past 20 years or so. There's the same crap is happening, and folks on the right just they get all worked up over it. And Judy says, I was making some whipped caramel coffee candles, and the thought of the Whiskey Cowboy would probably like this. Yeah, probably so. And I was like, oh shit, it's Sunday. Yeah. Now, if you subscribe to my channel, like folks darn well should, you'll get notified when the show goes live. But I also on Facebook in the morning, I let folks know, both Sunday morning and Wednesday, I let folks know, hey, the show's coming up tonight. So they can get themselves ready. We shouldn't have to be told. Wednesday and Sunday. Unless told otherwise. Well, we'll go ahead and we'll start. If the people don't get it, they'll have to go back and then start from the beginning. Phil had sent me a video that's going around. He's hey, I'm paraphrasing here. Hey, I haven't looked into this. I'm going to look into this, but what's up? Well, it was a video. It was a couple gals, and they were worked up. Oh, they were just worked up. Hey, everybody, get ready. Get ready. Because the UN and the WHO and other major international entities, okay, what they want is they want everybody to be chipped and all of your information accessible by them and the countries and any of the health organizations and so on and so forth. So that would be your monetary stuff and all your other crapolas and yeah. Not about covered it, right, Phil? These gals were all worked up. Get ready. Yeah, ain't happening. It ain't happening. Every couple years or so, we get these things. Phil said they're BS. Yeah. Now look, the WHO, the NWO, the UN and other various groups have been pushing for this shit for a long time. What they would like to do is bing, 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 bing. And they're trying to get countries to sign on to it. And see, it doesn't even matter whether the U.S. signs on or not. It ain't happening in the U.S. Like all these other things, those who follow my content know about every couple of years, I have to dispel these myths. Oh, they're gonna sign a treaty and they're gonna sign an agreement. They're gonna do this, and it's gonna give the UN, for example, gonna give the UN one of the last ones was on gun control. Going to give the UN power in the United States, and they're going to take people's guns and do inspections and stuff like that. Because the treaty said, shut the fuck up. The treaty said. Now, here's a simple truth, folks. No treaty, pledge, agreement, or otherwise entered into between the government of the United States and foreign entities, be they another nation or a group or what have you, supersede and override the Constitution of the United States and the laws therein. Do you get that? So it doesn't matter if they signed into an agreement or a treaty. Anything within a treaty, agreement, pledge, or otherwise, entered into by the government of the United States and any foreign entities which is in violation of current U.S. laws and the Constitution becomes null and void. It's unenforceable. So it doesn't matter if they do or not. They could sign all the treaties they want. The same way as the Nuremberg Code. Yeah, everybody signed on to it. If any part of that violates the United States laws and or Constitution, it's null and void. Mozzie says it all goes down in Davos, the evil bastards. Yeah, I mean, there's several meetings, and they happen every year. And it's just a bunch of shit talk is what it is. They're stroking each other's egos, and they're telling their great plans that they want to do, and these are our goals and agendas. But again, let me say that one more time. Any treaty, agreement, pledge, or otherwise that the United States government enters into with any foreign entity, be it a nation, group, or otherwise, which is in conflict with and in violation of current U.S. laws and the Constitution of the United States, and or the Constitution of the United States, which is the laws, is null and void. It holds no weight. So no, they can't come in and demand that you give up all of your cash assets and join this digital currency thing. Remember, they keep trying that shit anyways. They keep shooting it down. People don't want it. No, don't do it. Don't do it. But the UN can't come in no matter what they agree to. The WHO has no authority over you, nor your medical records, nor anything that you do in association with your health. It's all hogwash. Yeah, it's just like, remember we keep getting this, there was two things. Number one, and I wrote an article about it years ago because everybody kept contacting me. Hey, John, did you hear about this? The government's getting concentration camps ready, and they're going to round up people of the wrong political persuasion, and they're going to put them in these camps. No, they're not. I wrote, no, they're not. I got tired of telling them, no, they're not. So I wrote an article, put it up. No, they're not. The camps were all legal camps, and they're camps that if there was a natural disaster and they weren't ready, everybody would be screaming, why the hell weren't things prepared? Well, that's all they were. That's all they were. Here's another good thing. Oh my God, John. Did you see they're getting ready to enact martial law? Oh yeah, how's that? Well, they got all these troop movements all over the country. See all these tanks and stuff, and they're just shipping the shit out of them all over the place. Stop it. They do that shit every year. Why? Training. They move equipment. They put shit on trains, and they ship it off to major training areas because they're training in areas and types of environment that the soldiers aren't stationed in. So they ship them someplace else. Here's a good example. Fort Irwin, California. Desert training. Yeah, every unit that went over to the Middle East spent time in Fort Irwin. Guess what? They used their own equipment. How the hell did they get their equipment there? Well, they put it on a train and off it went. This isn't there. Look, stop it. Stop it. People are stupid. So again, if John says run, run, because I don't run. But all this stuff, if I say, hey, don't worry about it, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. So these issues, get ready. No, you don't have to worry about it. Here's what you need to worry about. Worry about this upcoming election and make sure that all of your local and state politicians are the right ones. That's what you need to do. Laurel says, when I was in Georgia, the railroad track was right across the street from the police department. There were military pieces of equipment going all the time. Yeah. Yeah. It's how they move it. It's cost effective. You just put it on, it's called rail loading. You put it on a flat bed rail cars, and off they go. Maybe shipping to Ukraine junkyard. No. But no, it's like this is the stuff that happens all the time. And the left does the same thing with climate stuff. Oh my God, there's hurricanes. We've always had hurricanes. There's not a time in U.S. in human history, in the history of Earth, that there wasn't hurricanes. Oh, this is the hottest year recorded. Yeah, since when? Right. But they know that there was hotter years. They weren't written. When they say recorded, they mean by man. But they know by looking at the records that there's been hotter and colder. We're still on the downside of the last major ice age. People don't understand that. We're still look, we can still warm up because we haven't even hit Earth's normal temperature. We're on the downside of the last ice age. Stop it. Well, it says weather cycles. Right. And climate cycles. People don't understand too. You know some of the biggest thermostat controls for climate is the ocean. The ocean. It's hubris to think that man by himself is causing all these problems. Now, hey, granted, stop polluting. Do as little as possible. I get it. Be good stewards of the planet. But we've had wilder and much vaster weather and climate extreme changes than what we've experienced in the last 100 years. This is a blip. It's not even a fast blip. The only way that you can see that it's fast is if you only look at like 200, 300 years. It's the cows, yeah. Says, no, John, it's the cows. It's cow farts. That's what it is. Them damn cow farts. Yeah, and Phil said it's nothing new to see a train with tanks and things going by in town. Yeah, it's nothing new. The same way as if you look, National Guards move all the time, going down the roads. If you're not at the right place at the right time, you're not going to see them, but they do it all the time. It's what they do. So no, they're not going to crack down and throw us all in concentration camps and stuff. No. You have vastly less to worry about that than them opening up the southern border like they had. Mozzie, I don't remember that name. Is this the first time on the show? Oh, I got a tummy ache. Tonight. I haven't been feeling good. Kamala went down to the border, and then she's like, see, there's no emergency. Trump is lying about this. Trump manufactured a false emergency. Laurel says, I live in a military flight path. I actually love seeing them. Yeah, it's good to see that shit. Well, number one, Kamala's going at the end of 3 freaking years. Almost at 4 years. Almost at the 4-year mark. And then she finally made it to the border. Let's ignore all the other 3+ years ahead of that. Let's ignore the fact that we've got communities that are at or exceeding their ability to handle the influx of migrants, be they legal or otherwise. Let's ignore the fact that we've got tens of thousands of known criminals flooding the border. This information is just coming out. It's like they knew. Let's ignore the fact that the San Diego region of the U.S. Border Patrol was told to do not talk about known terrorist-tied illegal immigrants that they caught. Judy says they said she was only there for 20 minutes. Yeah, it doesn't matter if she spent 2 days there. It was a show. It was a show. And the Border Patrol has already spoken out against it and say, hey, this is bullshit. Kamala's lying. All of her ads. I haven't found a single ad that wasn't a lie. Crazy. But here we are. So yeah, Phil, you can let folks know in your circles that fear mongering that people are pushing out there again, it's bullshit. That doesn't mean that it doesn't mean that the UN, the NWO, the WHO, and all these other, it doesn't mean that that's not what they would like to see. That's not even a dispute. Of course it is. They've come right out and said that's what they'd want to do, but it ain't happening. Phil says, I see A-10s, new F-35s, F-14s, blah, 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 all the time in 3 minutes straight line to Leb Airport. So I see a lot of training flights. Yeah. Yeah. Diddy's not eating. Oh. And the mayor of New York City has been indicted. I'm pretty sure he's guilty. I'm going to go on the record and say John thinks that there's a good chance of him being guilty. But he's claiming that it's lies and he's being politically targeted. Well, that may be true. That may be true. You may be politically. People are saying, "Oh, he's being targeted because he's speaking out about illegal immigration." Okay. He's not the only one. Stop and think about it, really. Him speaking, "Oh, he is not towing the party line, so they're going to try to put him in prison." Yeah, he might have made some enemies, but look. What he's accused of doing, honestly, is something politicians of every stripe have done to one form or another. And did you know, it's not even illegal except for one thing. You got to report it. You can take gifts. You can take flights. You can take vacations. You can do all that shit. That's not what's illegal. What's illegal is you didn't report it, and it became a conflict of interest when you went into office and you started paying this shit back via the powers that you hold. That's what the problem is. Politicians and rising politicians, even before they're elected, are courted by industry, interest groups, other foreign nations, and they do a lot of stuff. He supposedly, and I don't doubt it, he flew on Turkish Airlines free. And in fact, he had altered his schedule just so that he could go in places that they normally didn't go. You know? Yeah, I get it. I get it. This is what he should do. This is what Adam should do. Is he'd go, yeah, I did it. I failed to report it. Okay. I present myself at the mercy of the court. And there you go. There you go. End of story. They wouldn't even have a story. But no, oh no, it's all lies and political intrigue and targeting him, because it's like, look, no. What I think it is, and I told some other people, what I think all this is you start watching, there's going to be a few more Democrat politicians going under. And the reason is they attack Trump and various other people on the right so hard over the past 4 years that it started to wake people up, and they're like, wait a minute here. Most of these cases are complete bullshit. Well, in an effort to save face, well, now they're dealing with them with their own. That's my views on the topic. Again, hazelnut mocha from Pete's Brand Coffee for tonight's show. No, folks, it is not sponsored. If I am ever sponsored, I will let folks know. I'll let folks know at the beginning of the show, during the show, and before the show ends. Hey, Wrangler. 5-star jeans, 36, 38s. Hey, I got to try. Rand's Custom Hattery out of Billings, Montana. Contact me. Yeah, no, I ain't sponsored. I am only sponsored by you folks. So if you would like to continue doing that or start doing that, there's links in the description of the show. You can give a one-time payment or set up a monthly payment. You know, $5. That's the price of a cup of coffee. If you think that the Cowboy's worth $5 a month so that he can continue his show and continue all the other stuff that he puts out there on the interwebs, have at it. It all adds up. I don't need a benefactor that's going to pay me a crap ton of money all at once. It's like the rain. Each drop adds up. Phil says their dark roast is good. I'm not a dark roast guy. It's tough on my stomach. I usually go a medium roast, but I do have one dark roast that I like, and that's my chocolate-covered strawberries from Dunkin' Donuts. That's a dark roast. Oh, my goodness. That is a good coffee. That is a good coffee. And here's another thing, folks. There is no excuse for bitter coffee. Coffee does not have to be bitter. That's either improperly processed coffee, or it's improperly made. In other words, crap coffee or made improperly. There is no excuse for bitter coffee. A lot of people go, oh, it's bitter. I don't like coffee. It wasn't made right. It's either crap coffee or it wasn't made right. I will not drink bitter coffee. Okay, now what else we got going on here? Oh, I'd asked about Mozzie. Mozzie, I don't remember the name. Is this your first time on the show? If so, what prompted you to watch the show and join the show? And where are you logging in from? State's fine. Or country if you're from out of country. We get those too. We like to keep track of this. They're going to the Pope. The Pope, man. Boy, the Catholics have got some problems out there. The Pope is out there running his mouth contrary to yes, in the UK. Hey, well, welcome to the show. Did I just pop up in your feed? Or did you see me elsewhere online? Or did I pop up in your YouTube video feeds? Or just see me someplace else? Now back to the Pope. Boy, he's got a problem with doctrine. He's got a problem with doctrine. Feed pop up. Awesome. Fantastic. Laura wants to know what part of the UK you're from. The United Kingdom. South Wales. South Wales. Well, there you go. There you go. Not in Nigeria. That's an inside joke for the show. That non-black African. I believe that feller was from South Wales too, wasn't he? His mother had moved there. I don't know why she moved there, he says. But then he ended up in like Chicago. I think it was South Wales and then into Chicago. He's trying to just like sent you a PM. He sent me a private message. There we go. Let's go on and find out. But deal with this and then we'll get back to the Pope. Oh, okay. Yeah. He sent me a coffee link. he sent me to a place up in Woodstock. Abracadabra Coffee Company. It's magical. It's magically delicious. I'll have to look into that. I'm sure they ship it as well, so that's not a big deal. Back to the Pope. Thanks a lot there, Phil. I drink a lot of coffee. I drink more coffee than I drink whiskey. I've got more whiskey in the house than coffee, but I drink more coffee than whiskey. Because I drink coffee at least once a day. I drink about a pot of coffee a day. So it's at least once a day, sometimes twice a day. On my show days, I drink coffee twice a day. Whiskey, I drink. Oh, thank you, Mozzie. It's appreciated. I drink my whiskey. If I got a headache, I don't drink it. If I'm pissed off, I don't drink it. Like I said, I enjoy whiskey too much to waste it on a bad mood. So if I'm angry, I don't drink whiskey. If I'm not feeling good, I don't drink whiskey. If I'm too tired, I don't drink whiskey. So that cuts out a lot of days. If I got a show coming up, I don't drink whiskey. Coffee cowboy then got it. No, and I'm the whiskey cowboy, but I just drink a lot of coffee. But all cowboys drink coffee, I would say. But back to the Pope. Hey, you derailed me here. Back to the Pope. He was at a summit here the other day. Their coffee is in-house roasted. Oh, cool. Yeah, I'll look into them. No, Wayne, stop it. That's Gus's job to start poking the bear. I don't know if Gus is watching or not. But Donna and Gus, they're the troublemakers. Don't you join in line there. Come on now. I need some folks on my side. But no, back to the Pope. Stop it. Let's get back on track here. They just had an interfaith summit. They do it all the time. There's Gus. Hey, Gus, welcome to the show. Hope your day went great. You're all banned. I'm going to... You're gone. No, I'm not going to do that. But no, they had an interfaith summit again. Oh, man, my nose is itching. And he was talking, and he's talking in Italian. And what he said was that we're all we're all children of God. Yes, we are. And that all religions are on the same path to God. No. 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 No, they're not. Now, there was more to it, and he doubled down on it, and he kept going on it. You're wrong, Pope. You are doctrinally incorrect. Now, I don't care if a person thinks, hey, you know what? If you're an XYZ or whatever, and you just think, yeah, I think that it's all relative, and all religions are really there. He also said about and there's one God, and it's just known by many names. It's like, and there was Hindus there. It's like, oh yeah, explain that to the Hindus, who have what, thousands of gods? No, he need to stop. He was trying to pander and trying to pull everybody together, play nicey. So he either believes incorrectly that all religions are the same and they all follow the same God and they're trying to get to heaven. And then he'd be wrong, and he shouldn't be the Pope. Now, I've been saying that all along anyways, but or he's outright lying to pander to these groups, and he shouldn't be the Pope. There's no way out of this. And there's people that are trying, no, it was the translation was wrong. The translation from the Vatican that was there didn't say what the Pope really said. Well, no. I seen what the Pope said in Italian, and I seen the words directly translated, and the translator was right. Mozzie says, am I right? I am right-leaning and not a member of the alphabet and woke persons, if that's okay. No, you can do whatever you want to. We've had Muslims on the show. It's not a problem. Got into it one time, but I cleared that shit up. Yeah, and we got people. Look, I got folks that follow my content that are gay and or lesbian. You know, they're not, and some are moderate and some are left leaning. I'm fair across the board, but yeah, I'm a conservative. I'm a conservative Christian. I welcome everybody, especially the show. We don't cover, the whole show isn't politics and social stuff. You'll find that out, Mozzie. I get my bullet points out there, a few topics that I like to get under the way. And then we just talk about whatever. We might talk about food. We might talk about cars. We might talk about ancient history. We might talk about astrophysics. You never know what we're going to talk about. Mozzie says, I'm a Christian. Well, that's a good start. Phil says, to each their own. That's right. To each their own. Hey, here's the thing. As long as you're not impeding on me, I don't care what you do. As long as you're doing it with another person that's of age and of adequate faculty, and they are willing participants. You know, there's not some strange power damage, whatever. I don't have to agree with it. I'm going to make sure that laws are there to protect people, and I'm going to live my life the way I live my life. And when it comes to salvation, I'll tell you the path to salvation. But you've got to walk it, because I can't save you. So I'm not going to waste my time. Laurel says, and at times we revert to 12-year-old humor. 12 sometimes is a little bit mature. I think we can go a bit deeper than 12. And then we have, when I'm in a mood, things can get heated. Things can get heated. But I'll let folks know. Hey, I'm in a mood. And then you're going to get fire and brimstone. So yeah, we talk about all sorts of stuff. But yeah, the Pope's stepping in it now, and it's like, no, that's not what he said and what he meant. It's like, no, that's exactly what he said. So Gus says, no way. Yes, way. Yes, way. Things go good today, Mr. Gus. Gus had a whole passel of family members over. His whole dooryard was Donna. Oh shit! Donna jumped out of the woods. She's been hiding in the bushes, and she just jumped right out. She didn't even say hey. She just started laughing. See, that's the way it is. Just started laughing. I hope you didn't give him any of the eggs, Gus. Those are for you and Sally. He says today was a very good day. Yeah, it was nice. The temperature was nice. A little cool, but not cool. It was temperate. it was a nice day. Nice day. Good day for a drive. It looked like it was going to rain for a while there, but then depended upon where you are. When you got north of Concord, it cleared on up and came back around the backside and shot down south. It looked like it was going to rain, and it cleared up again. But, yeah, it was a good day for a drive. A lot of folks were up, though. Where did I end up? Well, I went up to, I think I went up just past Salisbury. And then came on back down. So darn near past your house again. Just a different route. Phil says it's been cool here. Yeah, we've been liking the cool weather. It was nice yesterday. We had the fire and the Franken-Zebo. And the kids were playing the axe game. The axe game. Yeah, let's see if I can pull that up for y'all. Those who may not have seen it. Come on now. This ain't it. No, it should be in reels. Reels. There we go. Phil says, we have seen 38 at his night low. Yeah, it's been dropping pretty low at night. Let's see if we can get this for y'all. There we go.
Life is short, let's go live it. Ain't no time for wasting time. Days like these, they go by way too fast. Life is short, let's go live it. Ain't no time for wasting time. Days like these, they go by way too fast.
Yeah, so it's just on a loop. I think my youngest was, she's 25, 24. Her and her guy were throwing the axes. Got the floodlight out for them. Need one of those for the kids, said Phil. Yeah, not only kids, I'll tell you, not only kids. It's good for adults, too. It's good for adults, too. You can do it. Well, I mean, because again, yeah, like I said, the mid-20s was the youngest ones there. Trying to think of how much these things cost. You can get them on Amazon cheaper than what we got, but they're not as nice. But you can get similar things on Amazon. Let's see here. Let me get up here. Look for you folks here. AXE. Come on now, AXE. An axe throwing game. Here we go. Yeah, you can get them on Amazon for as cheap as about $50. I don't recommend them that cheap. Most of them are about between 100 and 150. That's decent quality, but you can get them as cheap as 50. Laura says, I want one too. Yeah, and you can do them inside too because you're not going to hurt anything. Phil says, looks like fun. Right. Yes, fun. Drink and smoking game. Right. The two games that you should have is cornhole and this axe game. And they're games that, even adults that get a little bit stupid, they're having something to drink and having a good time. They're not gonna hurt themselves. Like I said, no limbs lost. So, stand in front of the target with an apple on your head. Don't give anybody any ideas, Gus. Stop it. Donna said, loved listening to Bob paint. I don't get the reference. You got somebody painting and he paints loudly? He paints loudly? I don't get it. Donna, explain that. You can't leave us hanging. That's very vague. That is a vague statement to make. You're leaving us in the lurch here. Another game that we have is, I forget what it's called, but it's another one of those PVC pipe type games. And you've got a bar, 2 bars, and then you have the bolos, the ball with the string between them, and then you throw it and then it goes and it wraps around it and you get points. Mozzie says, I make catapults. You call them slingshots. Yeah. Gus says, brushstrokes. Yeah, I don't get it. It was for Phil. Philip said. Okay, let me see here. He was just saying that it was cool. It was 38 right now. The low's at night. I still don't get it, Donna. Does anybody else get it? It was for Phil. Phil was talking about cold nights. I don't get it. Phil says, I lost. Judy says, no, she doesn't get it. Donna, you're going to have to help us here. Oh, Mozzie said it. Mozzarella said it. Let's see here. Oh, up high, Mozzie said, you have a good calm voice. Bit like Bob the Painter. Oh, there we go. Thank you. Missed that comment. Sorry. There we go. We figured it out now. It wasn't Phil. It was Mozzie. Says I have a calming voice. There you go. See, we were looking at the wrong places. I try to catch everybody's comments, but good calm voice. I told you. I think it was last show I mentioned it. There was a time I was at Heffenerd. I was at Heffenerd getting some deli meat sliced up, and I talked to the deli guy, and I'm like, hey, I'd like this, and blah, blah. And he just looked at me, and he's like, oh, that is so awesome. It's like, what is so awesome? Your voice. Oh, okay. It's just, it is what it is. It is. Thank you. I had another, I always get it. There's another thing. Whenever I call somebody on the phone, no matter where it is, in a business or government stuff, whatever, and I always call them as soon as they get on the phone, they answer, and I'm like, well, good morning, and how are you today? And they always think I'm a solicitor. It's like, no, I'm calling for something else. I'm calling for something else. Wayne says, John, I'll put a happy little whiskey bottle over here and another over there. Oh, Bob Ross. That's who you're talking. Bob the Painter. I didn't get it. Bob Ross. Yeah, I don't. Yeah. Our hairstyles are a tad bit different. Just a tad bit different. He hated that afro. I'll tell you that, folks. He hated that afro. What had happened is he started the series and he had the afro. It was a phase he was going through. And he wanted to cut it off, but since he was known with the afro, he had to have it for the rest of the time. He hated the haircut. He wanted it shorter. But yeah, I've got no hair. I shave my head. Donna said, yeah, Gus, like Philip and Mozzie are so close. Yeah, I can see how you could. Philip, Mozzie. Yeah, it's so close. Geez, John is slow tonight. I'm tired. I haven't been sleeping. Oh, my goodness. I've been telling you guys that for a couple weeks now. I have not been sleeping. I didn't get to sleep until after 3 last night. I just couldn't sleep. So I was watching Vikings. I just couldn't sleep. So then I finally got to sleep. And I'm always tired. Phil says, so I put up a black American flag and put up a black American flag and a black don't tread on me. Oh boy, I have people pissed off. Yeah, fuck them. But you live in Vermont, right? You live over in Vermont. Phil's ma and the missus went to school together. See, there you go. Phil's my other boy. Yeah, and they're from New Hampshire. Phil now lives in Vermont. Socialist America. Yeah, they're a bit on the left leaning side. My goodness. Yeah, I'd imagine you might piss off a couple people over there. You might. I don't put anything in my. I have the American flag. I've got a shit ton of American flags, but that's the only flag I fly. I don't have a problem with the other ones. And the same way as I don't put up political signs in my yard either. Kind of pissed off some acquaintances of mine a couple years ago. His son was running for. Yeah, he's running for the road agent, and said, "Can I put a sign up?" I'm like, "No, you can't." I don't put up signs in my yard for anybody. Well, I don't even have bumper stickers on my cars. I don't have veterans plates. I don't have stickers on my vehicles. I don't. I've got a metal American flag badge on the back of my car. That's about it. I just don't do that. I don't wear. I'm a veteran T-shirt and get into that vet bro shit. And my USS, your mama, 1965, or sooner. You know what I'm talking about. The hats the old guys wear. Just chickens. Yeah, I got chickens in the front yard, but they're in a run, and they're contained. They got their coop. They're happy. I think they're still molting and stuff. But, yeah, I got that, but that's not a sign. It's not a sign. Folks can put signs up in the yard. It lets me know who they are. Seeing a lot more sign report in New Hampshire. People going, wow, you don't sound like you're from New Hampshire. I'm not from New Hampshire. I just live in New Hampshire. So if the accent throws you off, that's why. But sign report in New Hampshire. If you're closer to Concord or the bigger towns, I'm starting to see a lot more Kamala Harris signs, Harris Walls signs. So that's been within the last week or so that I've seen them pop up. Get outside of those areas, it's all Trump land. Mozzie says it's good to piss off a lefty without them knowing. They're so thick. Yeah, hey, I've got enough. I stand out enough as it is anyways. Judy says there's a Harris Wall sign on my way to work, and I have the greatest fantasies of getting rid of it. Yeah, just know. The people, they let you know. Just know. Don't get yourself in any legal predicaments there, Judy. Let's turn this Amazon thing off. Yeah, so everybody needs to go out and get themselves one of those axe games. Now, the cheaper ones, they have like a one-sided axe on them. I'll bring that up. Bring this up. You see, this just has one side on it. The one that we got's double-bladed, so it just makes it so you can stick in from the top or from the back, and it's so much easier. And, excuse me, coffee burps there. Yeah, the kids were even they're kids. I'll get to that. I'll get to that again. The kids were sticking the axes on the axes. So the axe would go in and they had another axe and they'd stick in the axe. So it's good. But as for kids, yeah, I call them kids. Again, my oldest is 41, youngest is 25, and they range in between. They're all kids. I don't mean it disrespectful. That's why when I called the Australian breakdancing gal back when that was a thing with the Olympics. I called her a young gal. I said, a young lady. I said, young lady. I said, young lady. Oh my God, she's 30 something. Some people are 35, 37. It varies. And we talked about it on the show. Most of that follow my content, yeah, that's still a young lady. It's still a young lady. It's not disrespectful. She ain't 40, 50, 60 years old. She's a young lady. Laurel said, okay, let me try to get here. If she wins, big fix. Yeah, there's a lot of issues involved there. Wayne says, oddly enough, I haven't seen one political sign here. No, that's good. Good on you. Good on you. Laurel says, I saw something that had me laughing. Someone had a Harris sign in their front yard and an Optimist Club trailer in their driveway. Oh, Optimist Club? Or is that optometrist? What is that? Optimistic. What is an Optimist Club trailer? Gus says the last election I had a Trump sign and someone stole it. Because they love Trump so much, they had to put it in their own yard. Gus is like, yeah, probably not. Donna says, you read that wrong, Laurel. It was the Propagandist Club. Laurel says, I figured they were just trying to be optimistic on her chances. I don't know what the damn Optimist Club is. What is an Optimist Club? I learned about fake ice. I did not realize it was a thing. But they do. They got fake ice. Optimist International. Is that who you're talking about? Optimist International. Junior Optimist International. There is a club by that name. Laurel says they're an organization, not sure what they did. It's probably the Optimist International. Yeah. Optimist International is an international service club organization with almost 3,000 clubs and over 80,000 members in more than 20 countries. The international headquarters are located in St. Louis, Missouri, United States. So that could have been where they were from. Phil said, Mom said Canaan has about 85 signs in the town center. It's bad. About 85. Yeah, we've got all throughout the state here. You see them in clusters. You'll see a shit ton over here, and then you'll see a shit ton over there, and you'll see a shit ton over here. And then just scattered. But, a lot of clumps. A lot of clumps of signs. None of those signs are going to change a vote. Signs are for name recognition, for people who don't pay attention to politics. So then when they go to vote and they're like, oh, I remember this name, and whatever name came up. That's what signs do. Signs don't change votes. It's for name recognition. Phil said here there's hardly any out. Well, how can there be any? There's no room in Vermont for them. They're all flying Black Lives flags and the pride flags. Ain't no room for political signs. Phil's like, stop it. But you're right. It's like, Black Lives Matter in Vermont. Are you kidding me? You're in Vermont. Black Lives Matters. Vermont's the virtue signaling state of the world. Mozzie says, I have a pork roast dinner waiting. It was, I was going to dig. I'm going for a second go. Oh, well, do it. Do it. Don't. Thank you for joining the show. You know, you can eat and watch the show at the same time. Pork roast dinner waiting. Hell, it's got to be what, about 2 o'clock there in the morning? What time is it there, Mozzie? Gus says, need a sign that says vote for dumbass. Name recognition right there. Yeah, that could be anybody. That's a one-size-fits-all solution right there. 2 a.m. I was right. Hey, I was on the nose. I was on the nose with that. I'm on the East Coast here in the States. New Hampshire. And a lot of people are, where's New Hampshire? And go, you know where Boston is? Yeah, that's Massachusetts. New Hampshire is directly north of that. People know Boston around the world. They know Boston. New Hampshire, not so familiar. Yeah, you bring enough for everybody there, Mozzie. Phil says it sounds good. Where's his? Yipper skipper. He's something. He failed it at dinner. I don't get that. So I got half left. Okay. Don't try to say that name. What? Yeah, I don't say, butcher names. Dang, burn it. Dumbass. Hey, and they kept that. They kept it. They kept dumbass. They didn't filter you that time, Gus. Gus is always getting filtered by the YouTube filters. It's like, you didn't see that? No, didn't let it through, Gus. Didn't let it through. Yeah, Optimist International. That's probably what it was, the Optimist Club. Yeah. It's not swearing at all. Don't say what? Chlamydia? Chlamydia. That's right. Chlamydia. She's the candidate for the people. That's right. Chlamydia hairy ass. You heard it here. She got a new nickname. The Cowboy gave her a new nickname. Compliments of Donna pointing the way. Chlamydia hairy ass. She's a candidate for the people. That's right. Like a bad freaking venereal disease is what she is. And speaking of venereal diseases, I am sure she is quite familiar with the rundown. Oh, Massachusetts. Don't say Massachusetts. To the massholes down there. I couldn't live there. No. Yeah, the missus was talking to me the other day. And normally I'm the one talking about Montana. But she's like, yeah, sometimes I just think about moving to Montana. So, yeah, I know. The Optimist International Club was founded in 1919. 1919. He goes, wow, you still harping? It's up on my screen. Okay, close it out of there. It was up on my screen. Yeah, had a fire in the Frankenzebo last night. It was perfect weather for it. Got a little toasty. that new fire pit is toasty. I think you're asking, what's the best state in the United States? Well, it depends upon what's your metric. Yeah, what's your metric? You're talking weather. You're talking politics. You're talking entertainment. And then what type of entertainment? Do you like big city shows or something like that? Or do you like fishing, hiking, and outdoorsy stuff? I mean, what metric? What metric? That's opening up a can of worms there, Mozzie. That's like saying 9mm or 45. freedom in hunting. Okay. Here goes the rundown for freedom in hunting states. New Hampshire, number 1. Then you got Montana, Wyoming, but Montana, Wyoming, Alaska, Oklahoma's not bad. Hunting's not as good there as the other places. Texas isn't too bad. It's going left. What are some other states? Don't list you folks that are there. Don't list up states that you like or that you may live in. Go, just be honest about it. What are the Kentucky? Kentucky not too bad. Not too bad. You like bass fishing? Louisiana's great. Other than that, it's the armpit of the world. No. People tout Florida. Florida ain't up there. It ain't up there. Laurel says we have decent hunting. Yeah. You get the right topography for it. North Dakota is one of the best kept secrets for hunting, says Donna. Yeah, I can imagine that. Right, and Judy says depends upon what you're hunting. Yeah, that matters too. That matters too. What you're hunting. Like you ain't gonna get elk in Oklahoma. You ain't gonna get elk in Kentucky. You ain't gonna get elk in New Hampshire. You're gonna get elk in Montana and Wyoming. You get some elk there. You get deer in all of those states, be it mule and white. Whitetail is quite spread across the states. But I'd say overall, yeah, New Hampshire's probably number 1, given all metrics. And it's not just because I live here. But each time the whoever's running the list, it's always between 1 and 3. Yeah, Phil says Vermont is a good hunting spot if you're a mountain goat. Yeah. Well, Vermont and New Hampshire are much, much similar in hunting. But their freedom meter is a little wonky. Donna says we had moose, antelope, and sheep. Yeah. Yeah, Mozzie says I like hunting small game here in the UK. Yeah, you ain't got any real. You ain't got no big game there. I mean, you got some deer, but small game, yeah. And that's still hunting. That's fine. Can feed your family. So I hope that answered your questions. It's a what state is the best is a quite the can of worms to open up in the states. Because as you know, most of our states are like your countries. They're the size of your countries over in Europe. He must have red deer. I read that as Red Dawn. Wolverines! He had Red Dawn. Red deer. Oh, dear. Donna says, and North Dakota was really good trapping. Okay, Mozzie, yes, thank you. On the stream. Are you guys still getting this? Oh, here we go. You guys still getting this? Okay, now it says it's an excellent connection. So you might get a glitch out there. You might get a glitch. Philip says he is. Okay. Yeah, and the reason I ask is if I lose on my Streamlabs or on my my feedback from YouTube, it's a separate thing. Then it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean I've lost the signal. But I was getting errors. Both my Streamlabs said that it was no signal, and YouTube said no signal. So you froze for a minute. Okay, should be running now though. I don't know what the deal is there. but we got it sorted out. Oh, Phil sent me another message. Yeah, you gotta tell me when you send a message there. Yeah. It's a sign. It says private road. Residents have guns and backhoes. Turn around. Yeah. Oh. Is the audio caught back up there, Phil? It's like I say, plant potatoes. Okay, everything's up. Mozzie said that's, Laurel says, Mozzie, that's just on her farm. 18 acres of good eating. Yeah. Hey, Peg. Peg says, hey there. I'm late, but I hear you fine. Yeah, you just missed the glitch. It just, I lost signal. Lost signal. Lost in space. All right. Donna says, hey, Peggy. Yeah, timing is everything. You missed all the good stuff, though. You missed all the good stuff. I was in a mood. No, I wasn't. No, I wasn't. No, I wasn't. What fruit are you drinking tonight, John? No fruit. I'm hazelnut mocha. Hazelnut mocha from Pete's brand tonight. I said it's like hot chocolate with some hazelnut mixed into it. That's what it tastes like. Laurel says we also harvest 3 to 4 white-tailed deer every year. Yeah, got to cull them. Get them numbers down to manageable. That's what the lefties don't understand. When you remove all of the apex predators and you don't do your duty as the apex predator, you get a lot of problems. Humans are the apex predator, and they can't live in harmony with apex predators. They moved out in Montana and Wyoming and some of those areas. The wolves and the bears got kicked out, and then now the activists were flying in wolves back into Yellowstone. Are you fucking kidding me? Stop it. Ranchers in the whole area, the cattle don't know the difference between a working dog and a wolf. So when wolves come up, then the cattle they're all afraid of working dogs. So you're screwing that up. And then you can't compete with other apex predators. The wolves are apex predators, we're apex predators. We moved them out. We do their job now. It's a circle of life. That's just how it happens. You can't have multiple apex predators. Up in Montana, they got some migration routes with the grizz again, and causing some problems up through the Bitterroot Valley in a couple areas, and then up between Helena and Missoula. They got a corridor that runs up through there. People have been getting more interactions with the grizz. It's like, well, yeah. Yeah, that's what it is. What it is with the grizz. We don't have bears like that in the Northeast. We got brown bears. They're just, or not brown. We have black bears. Black bears. Big dogs. Pretty big dogs, but they're not really not an issue. New Hampshire doesn't have any big problems like that. They got ticks. Ticks. There you go. You don't have to worry about bears in New Hampshire. You got to worry about ticks. The bear harvest is up here in New Hampshire this year. They're running. They open up the numbers. They run it every few years. I don't hunt them, so I don't know. I do not know. It is outside my scope of expertise. I cannot speak intelligently on that topic. The only bear I need to worry about is me. Don't poke the bear. Rare. My goodness. Hey, Maz. I got another channel here on YouTube as well. It's called The Whiskey Cowboy Life. That's for anything non-political. Live streams are here and political stuff is here on this channel. But the other one has like canoeing and the chickens and stuff like that. So go ahead and feel free to subscribe to that channel as well. It's called The Whiskey Cowboy Life. This one is, I believe, The Whiskey Cowboy Official is the name of this channel. And the other one is The Whiskey Cowboy Life. Anybody else, too, if you hadn't known that, let's go there. Hey, and that reminds me, there was another thing I was going to tell you folks about. I got an email on Friday, early in the morning, from the dulcimer maker. I am number one on his list right now. So he set aside the soundboard material because I wanted it made out of it's called ambrosia maple, also known as ghost maple. It's got the black streaks in it. And what that is when the trees are young and stuff, they have the worms and shit that go through it, and then it dyes the wood. So it's like you don't have holes in it still, but there's black streaks everywhere. So I'm expecting that probably within 2 to 3 weeks, I'll bet. Because I think he said it takes about 3 weeks to make them once you're on the list. And I did the calculations, and it should come to about between $3,200 and $3,500. So if folks would like to donate to that, there's a link in the description as well. You can drop a donation. But Gus says a lot of small bears, about 100 pound. I have seen a lot of pictures. Bow season is open now too. Yeah. So the Whiskey Cowboy Dulcimer is in the works. It is in the works as of this Friday, this last Friday. It is the Cadillac of mountain dulcimers, also known as Appalachian dulcimers. For those hadn't heard about it, it's a mountain dulcimer, but it's a hourglass shape. Going to have custom sound holes in it with whiskey glasses, F holes and whiskey glasses. The F hole is going to have a whiskey glass silhouette in the middle of it. So we have 4 of those, 2 different sizes. And this one's going to have piezo pickup. That's the pickup that you find normally in acoustic guitars. It's going to have piezo pickups on the strings. And it has a magnetic pickup, the same kind you find in a electric guitar. So you get those 2 different types of pickups. And it has a MIDI, 13-pin MIDI port on it so that I can hook it up to a MIDI processor and add extra stuff in when I'm playing. Such as like make the strings sound like something else. Now, I don't have a MIDI processor. It's probably going to be a bit before I get that, but I decided I'd have that ordered up in there just in case. Just in case. I've been slammed financially, so. Mozzie says, wow, that's cool at Laurel. Sorry for delayed. Had to leave the room for a while. That's not a problem there, Mozzie. Mozzie. What the hell does Mozzie mean? I'm usually make nicknames because I can't. If it's a name like Gus, Laurel, but then we got like Mr. Mom, and we got other ones. But what's Mozzie? What's Mozzie stand for? Has that got a story behind it? Mozzie Mosborn. That's his name. His name is Mozzie Mosborn. Oh, your name is Morris. Hey, there you go. So Mozzie is a nickname for Morris. I guess. I presume that's what you mean. My name is John. I'm the Whiskey Cowboy. The one and only. I am the only. If you go to any web directory or search engine out there and type in the Whiskey Cowboy, the only one that's going to come up. That's me. You wouldn't think it. when I claim the moniker, I'm like, there is no way that somebody has not snagged this. And sure as shit, nobody had. Wayne says, I hear you about being slammed financially. Just had to get mom hearing aids, and the recent windstorm damaged my front siding. Yeah, and when it rains, it pours. Like crap. So I got the property taxes in Vermont. I got all the plumbing replaced in Vermont. I'll be going over probably Tuesday, either Tuesday or Wednesday. I'm shooting for Tuesday. I could go tomorrow, but Monday's my start of the week. I lax on my content over the weekend. Monday I bring it back in for folks. So I'll be working here Monday, but Tuesday I should be over in Vermont. I got some trees to fell and buck up. Like, wow, he's going to fell and buck up. Felling is to drop a tree, to cut it down. Bucking it up is to cut it into smaller sections. So I got probably 1, 6, 7, maybe 7 to 9 trees. I don't know. It's somewhere around in there that I'm going to drop. They're not really big. The biggest one is probably about this big around. The biggest one. Most of them are black birch. So it's going to go straight up. So limbing it's going to be fine up at the top. So I got to limb it off the top after I cut it down and put it in like about 5-foot sections, carried off and stack it up for all the trees. And I figure I can get that done maybe 5 hours or so, as long as I don't lollygag. Was going to do it Saturday, but I didn't feel like I'm 2 hours, 2-hour drive to get there. I didn't feel like getting up at 6 to leave, or get up by 5 to leave by 6 to be there by 8. It says it's going to take about 5 hours. Yeah, well, we had to be home by 2 or 3 because our dinner for Saturday was, it's not, but Thanksgiving dinner. So we had the turkey and all the fixings and stuff like that. We do it several times a year because turkey's cheap. So you can get a lot of good eating. So we have turkey quite a few times. So we have Thanksgiving dinners all year long. So we had to be home in time to get the turkey in the oven. So it'd be in time for dinner. So it's like, yeah, I ain't got enough time. So we relaxed and kind of took care of stuff around the home here. And then I'll go there, like I said, Tuesday. Laurel says, my son walked the property today to see how many trees came down. When Haley went through, a lot more. Yeah, I don't say. I don't say, Phil. He wants to know where. I don't say. But I'll shoot you off a I just shot you off a message letting you know. But yeah, I don't say where my property is. The same as I don't tell them what town I live in here. OPSEC. But yeah, I just sent you I'll let you know. No, it's just down. Yeah, that's about as close as I'm going to. If you know where Phil lives, it's just down the road. It's a good stretch. It's close. Yeah, it's close. Oh, my stomach's getting gurgling on me here. Stomach's gurgling. Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear my stomach gurgle? Oh. No, it is not. It's a freaking shithole town. That's the last I'm gonna say. They got some issues. It's a larger town for that part of Vermont, but that's all I'm going to say. It ain't like Burlington or Bennington or something like that, but for that area, it's a good bit bigger than where Phil lives. But yeah, it's just every time I get there, I talk to people, and it's like, I hate this fucking town. Nobody wants to live there. I'm not going to get into why, because as soon as if I say why, people know exactly where it is. So, like, no. Yeah, he says, 2 or 3 times the size. Yeah, it's one of the bigger towns in the area. I just sent Phil a reason why there's a lot of problems there. And he'll probably go, yeah, I can see that. I can see that. Yeah. They thought it was going to be a good financial thing for the town. And yeah, it brought in some money, but it brought in a shit ton of other issues with it. But yeah, I'll leave it at that. Moving on. Moving on. Yeah. So yeah, I'll be over there. It takes me a couple hours to drive on over there. So each time I go over there, it's 4 hours, minimum 4 hours out of my day. That's half your work day. Right. He was listing some issues, and part of that is also from coming up from Massachusetts. You're like, man, we don't even know what they're talking about. He's talking about fentanyl and other stuff, drugs. That's coming up. It's coming up from Massachusetts. They're piping it in. So yeah, but now you also know why it's been hitting through there. Well, the reason this other town has turned into a shithole is that reason. It's crazy. It's crazy. Craziness. But yeah, I'll be there. I think Tuesday. I got itchies here. Tuesday. I got a neck. See, Gus? Got a neck. He gave me crap back quite a while ago. We were talking about necks. Laurel says, unfortunately, that crap is coming to just about every town. Yeah, there's pipelines and it's like rivers and streams and how they go on out, and you can follow the corridors where they go on up. Phil says we had 6 overdoses in 3 months. Yeah, it's terrible. Fentanyl is horrible. Horrible drug. Horrible. Hey, but the Biden-Harris administration, fentanyl pills were going for $10 a pill. They're now about 25 cents. I think they're like 24 cents a pill now. So the Biden-Harris administration has lowered the price of drugs. It's crazy. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. I wonder who's going to get hacked up tonight. I said, I'm watching Vikings. I watch it every couple years. That's a messed up show. It's like, oh, they didn't do that. Stop it. I'm just past the Blood Eagle episode. It's what season, I think it's maybe the beginning of season 2. I'm not so sure. I don't know. We're crazy. Those Viking dudes. Ragnar. Roth something. Ragnar, Roth, I don't know, David Lee Roth. Ragnar David Lee Roth. Ragnar. His brother Rollo. He's a messed up kid. Yeah, there's some bad things in that show. It's entertaining, but it's bad things in that show. Phil says Narcan sign in the front window of the house so people know we have it, and I've had it in the truck. Yeah, I don't keep Narcan on me. I got some knives. I got my gun. I can handle that. It doesn't take a lot of fentanyl to kill you. Doesn't take a lot. Horrible. And the Chinese are facilitating a lot of that shit coming up from the southern border. Yeah. We need to get a handle on that southern border. Having a lot more shit happen on the northern border, too. Not like the southern border, but it's been kicking up. It's been kicking up. Because what they're doing is they're flying in now into Canada, and then they're coming across the northern border into the United States. And anybody who's familiar with the northern border, there is no border. There's, it might be visual at some places, but there, for all intents and purposes, there's no border. There's no wall. You can just skippity-doo-dah. We never had the problems. We're starting to have problems. Okay, what else we got going on here? What did I miss? Did I miss something else? See what I posted up today. I didn't post up very much. Been tired. Yeah, I posted up the meme yesterday. Historical site with cannons on it and stuff like that. The mom's taking a picture with the daughter, and then in the background it's the father stuffing their toddler in the cannon. It's like the difference. Moms and daughters and fathers and sons. Yes, sir. Let's see if we can pull that up. There it is. See up here? You can't see it, but it's back here. But this is the mom and daughter. This is moms and daughters, and down here, fathers and sons. And then a close-up of down there, down here, the dad's stuffing the toddler in the cannon. Hell yeah. Yeah, difference there. Yeah, that's some difference there. I posted up Statler Brothers the other day. Chris Christopherson died, did he? I didn't hear that. Well, yeah, he's lived a rough life. That gal from Harry Potter, the female witch lady teacher, she died the other day. I forget what her name is. Mozzie says I have two greyhounds, larger and Largatha and Ragnar, named from watching the Vikings. Yeah. Largatha, that was his first wife, right? Largatha and Ragnar. And she left him. I thought that was a stupid. And then why she went with the other Earl that was abusive, I don't buy it. And I said that, so it was like, okay, I get her pride in her leaving Ragnar. I get it. Stupid move, but I get it. But how she got hooked up with the other Earl that was an abusive dude, you left Ragnar that treated you like a goddess, except for the fact that he couldn't keep his willy in his pants, to an actual abuser that abused you physically and mentally. I didn't buy it. Did you buy that, Mozzie? I didn't buy it. Wayne says there's been a lot of actors passed this week. Peggy says that Chris passed yesterday. Yeah, I didn't catch that. I don't get it all. I get people all the time. Hey, did you hear about this? Look, I can't. No, I don't hear everything. I don't hear everything. Greyhounds are beautiful. I'm partial to Dobermans. Dobermans are okay. I wouldn't own one again. I've had one in the past. I wouldn't own one again. A little temperamental, but I like Rottweilers. I got Hudson's a pit. He's a pit bull. Staffordshire Terrier, hybrid. Not an American pit. He's a nanny, the nanny dog. Mozzie goes, oh, we know those. Yes. It's a British version of the dog. Greyhounds, whippets. Whippets are like a greyhound, but they're smaller, right? Aren't they you put a greyhound in the dryer for too long and it comes out a whippet. I would never let Largatha slip away. Yeah, I understand it set it up so that she can then, like, she's the new Earl because she killed her husband. Well, technically she didn't kill her husband. Technically she stabbed her husband in the eyeball and then the other guy cut his head off. So, but I didn't. Donna says, here's an American Staffy. Yeah, it's they call it the American, but it's actually it's the hybrid from England. Call them the nanny dogs. But yeah, they're a little thinner. They're a little thinner than the American pit bull. I've had 2 Staffies. Good dogs. And yes, Hudson's doing good. She got skunked again this morning. She's catching on. Bless you. Yeah, Hudson's been skunked once. Phil says he's got a wolf husky hybrid. Now you got normal eyes, you get the blue eyes on yours. I did. Blue eyes on dogs aren't too bad. We discussed on horses and almost unanimously, both here and on Facebook, blue-eyed horses freak people out. Yeah, Donna says she's 19 inches tall and 60 pounds. Yeah, that's about right. Yeah, they're slimmer. Good dogs. Not my favorite. I'd say if I'd go with a Rottweiler. Would have to be my favorite dog. It's a big dog, but really good temperament. Do y'all know the story behind the Rottweiler and what they're really bred for? They're bred for, now I'm not going to wait for people. They were bred and they were used for carrying the money for the cattle drives. Phil says, yellow eyes and 130 pounds, still growing. Yeah, it's a big dog. Big dog. Too much hair. Too much hair. And that's another thing I like about Rotties is they got short hair. Staffy's got short hair. Rotties have short hair. I've had black labs. Those are good dogs, too. Temperament's different, though. Rottie. I like a Rottie. But the missus says after Hudson's gone, this is the last one. But I heard that after Gracie passed away. Gracie was was my fox face Pomeranian. They got baby face Pomeranians. Those are the ones with the short little noses, and the fox face have the longer ones. And I had a fox face. She was a rescue dog, and they are a one-person dog, and she chose me. So here I am, 6'4", 220 plus, with a fox face Pomeranian. There I go for walks. It had to have been the funniest sight. But Phil says I'm 6'5", and he puts his paws on my shoulder. Yeah, big dogs. Big dogs. Laurel says Dobies have short hair, and they're very clean. Yes, Dobies do have short hair. They're just not my favorite dog. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, you're a tall feller, too. I'd forgot you were a tall feller, too. We can look eye to eye. Look eye to eye. Your dad ain't that tall, though, is he? I know your ma ain't. I don't think your dad's that tall. Thought your dad was just under 6, isn't he? Just under 6. Been a while since I've been up there. No, his dad is tall. His day is tall? No, that's what Gus says. No, his day is tall. It must be dad. Mozzie says, I've been told no more dogs. The one I have now is 3 years old, and I'm 55. I don't see you're right in the right age group. Most of the people that follow my content, they're usually between mid-40s to about 85. Is the demographic for my content and my show. Now we get younger folks in. I think right now, Phil, and I think he's 41. Well, you're in your 40s, so I think he's just north of 40, but I think he's the youngest on the show today. And the guys, the fellers from Germany, they're a good bit younger. I think they're in their 20s and 30s, I think, is what they are. But yeah, the missus says no more. We'll see. She can always use more chickens, though. Can always use more chickens. Boy, the studio head up tonight. Got warm. Let's see here. Turn the fan on. You'll probably just hear it in the background now. Laurel says, I'll bet you have another dog in the future. Maybe. Yeah, it depends upon, what lifestyle we tend to go to. Don't know. Of course, chickens, they're different. They're not in your house, and you don't have to worry about hair, and you don't need to trim their nails. You don't have to do this. I gave Hudson a bath the other day, though. Got that. Pick him up, put him in the tub. Get him smelling nice again. Got all his bedding done. I think the fleas are about all gone. We had another bout of fleas. I don't know where the hell they came from. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what we do. We can spray flea powder and we can spray mist and we can do all stuff like that. We can't get rid of the fleas. How we get rid of the fleas is you do that, but if we don't do this other thing, we buy the medicated thing that you get like 5 vials or something like that, and you snip them off, and you do 1 a month, and you put it just from like the back of their head down between their shoulder blades, so they can't lick it. So and you just squeeze that in there right along their skin. That's the only thing that we found and been able to. And we could put a flea collar on them, but that's just prophylactic. But to get rid of the fleas, those little vials, I don't know what it's called. You know what I'm talking about. Little plastic vials. They're all joined together, and you rip one off and snip the tip off, and you put the liquid down. Back of the head to the shoulder blades. And that takes care of it. Darn near the first treatment gets rid of most all of them. Now, we had flea shampoo. We've used that when it gets bad. It doesn't happen very often. We've used that. Frontline and Advantage, is that what it is? Is that what it is? I don't know. I don't buy it. It comes in and I use it. I don't pay attention. The missus says, here you go. I use it. Yeah, it's this shit here. But, yeah. And it works. It works. Yipper skipper. Oh, look at this. Hadn't even started on my other cup. Look at this, my other cup. They are magical Frontline and Advantage. Is that what it is? The stuff, is that what we've been using? It's wonderful stuff. It works really good, if that's what it is. It comes in a little cardboard box. Gus says we have to use that because of the ticks. Yeah, it's great stuff. Works great. Again, the other stuff, it sort of works. And we give them a whole flea shampoo. You lather them up good, you get it done, and their fleas they're freaking out. They're freaking out, and they're dying, and they're jumping. You think you got them, 15 minutes and it's fine. You hose them all off and that's all fine, but that didn't take care of them. That frontline advantage stuff, boy, that takes care of it every time. Every time. I think we do it about once a year or something like that. Excuse me, Phil says I just got coffee and food. Yeah, I just now switched over to my Orca mug. Love this damn thing. Love it. Now they make the same thing and they've got a special top for it, and then they got one with a handle. But I like this one because it fits in my car really easy. Mozzie says they hibernate. They jump out and walk and stuff. Never neat them. You're typing weird. You're typing tired. I don't get what you're saying. You lost me there, Mozzie. Phil says I got a maple coffee going. Oh, there you go. Mozzie says beat them. Oh, your stuff never beat them. Never. Oh, okay. It's starting to make more sense. I didn't know if you noticed, but we also have a Zoom room. That's right. No, it's right over. There we go. Right here. There we go. Right there. Right there. Right there. So folks that are on the show, they can call in and they can talk, and they don't have to like Gus with his fat fingers. So I go, no, I am done trying to type on my damn cell phone. So we'll jump in. Donna joins the show a bit, and we got another year. I went and paid for another year. That's like $280. Ow. You can have Zoom for free, but the problem is that the free Zoom, if you don't get the business one, cuts out every 40 minutes. So I'm like, you folks need something that you can talk on if you came for the show and keep running. So that's why we've got the Zoom Workplace, the official business version of their meeting. Been watching a lot of court meetings with Zoom. They've been doing that for years now. That's weird. I think that's a bad idea, but it's comical. It's comical. Zoom meetings for court. Get a bunch of crazy shit that way. It's like, because you ain't got nobody there to scarf him up. Pull him up by the short hairs. So what you eating there, Phil? What you eating? Saves on attorney fees? Oh, attorneys get paid if there's an attorney there. The attorneys show up on Zoom too. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. You still have to pay the attorneys. But you'll have a defendant over here, and you'll have the attorney over here. Two separate locations, both zooming in. It's weird. It's weird. And then you got the judge, and then you got the prosecutor. It's like, it's all weird. It's weird. But you aren't paying travel time. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's sure. But, yeah, it's weird. That's strange because, sometimes it cuts out. And then people is like, you're going to go on a Zoom meeting call with a court and you're looking up your nose, or you got light way in the back and you look like this silhouette in the front. It's like, people are weird. People are weird. Or they're walking around so you get dizzy watching them walk around their house when they're it's like, sit the fuck down. Just find a spot, sit, prop up your phone. My goodness. Wow. Different world. So jump down the rabbit hole when you're on YouTube sometime. Look at the court stuff. Judge Samuels is one of them. He's a pretty good feller. He's too nice. a lot of times. There's a bunch of them. There's about 3 or 4 of them that are they're the ones that always come up for the videos. Funny as hell. You sit there and watch them. It's like, oh man, people are stupid. People are stupid. Oh, I never even said Statler Brothers. I was playing my guitar the other morning, and how I play when I'm not playing with my backing tracks, when I'm just sitting there just playing, I'll start playing and I'll play a song, whatever comes to my mind, and then between songs I'll just do a little ditty. I'll just noodle a little bit, and in the noodle I'll hear another song. It's like, yeah, so I'll go and I'll play that song, and that's how I rotate from song to song. It just whatever happens to flow into the next one. Sent you a PM and then lost power. It says, I'm tired, going to have to go. Thanks, I'll take care. Hey, thanks for showing up and joining the show there, Mozzie. Jump in anytime. I know it's late there. We appreciate you on the show. Get some sleep. Yeah, so then it was like flowers on the wall. It's like, oh, hey. Yeah. So I was playing Flowers on the Wall. That was one of my songs. And oh yeah, you sent the Vermont maple flavored coffee. Yeah. Oh yeah, and you don't have to apologize for losing power. That's not on you, Mr. Phil. But yeah. So it's like, oh, I had to go online and I posted up the Statler Brothers and their Flowers on the Wall for folks to blast from the past, so folks could get that earworm. It's an earworm song when it's like, oh, yeah, sir. And so yeah. I had thought about, I wake up almost every morning with a new song in my head. Do y'all do that? You wake up with a song in your head? I do almost every morning. I don't know why it's there, but it's a new song every morning. I thought about posting up on Facebook every day. Get up and this was the song in my head. Now, I don't know if folks want me to do that, but I post up songs every once in a while. But yeah, I get a song in my head just about every morning. Does that happen to y'all? To wake up with a song in your head? Laurel says no. Well, y'all know me. Everything's either a literary quote or a song lyric or a movie line. So yeah, I wake up in the morning almost every day with a new song in my head. Not every day, but most every day. It's weird. It's weird. I'm a musical feller. Yeah, Phil was talking about the music he listens to. He'd post up, I think. Now in the car, it's either because we do Sirius Radio XFM, so it's like the classics. You've got Classic Rewind and Something Vinyl. They're right next to each other, so I can flip back and forth. And then up in the country section, I've got the Y2K country, classic country. There's Willie's Outlaws. There's a bunch of them in there. The Prime, Country Prime, which is, I think it's called Country Prime or something. I don't know. It's the older stuff. It's anywhere from usually from 70s to 2000 is, I think, where that one is. Judy says, I do, but I listen to music all the time. So yeah, so you wake up with a song in your head. Now, there's not usually, like I said, I have a quiet house. TV's not on, radio's not on. But when we're in the car, when we're in Zippy, little SUV, there's music on. And I play music throughout the day. It, as in not turn on the radio, I play with my guitar music throughout the day. So Gus says, only if someone plants it in my mind. Yeah. He said, John, stop it. Phil says, I had 40s, 50s, 60s hits on today. Yeah, I used to run through those, but not quite that. I'd go 60s, 70s, and 80s. It was the 3 stations, and I think that's 6, 7, and 8. And I think the 40s, 50s, and 60s are 4, 5, and 6. So where you stopped, I start when I do the genres. Yeah, you do that too. You have to. It just, when I get through with with these classic stations now, the classic rocks, I'm going to have to do that. Hey, Bike and Bourbon, welcome to the show. Come in late, but welcome anyways. Because they run. It's like these stations. You don't know that there's more than 20 songs. So they run through the same damn song. So you've got to jump. So again, we'll do the country, we'll do the classics, and then we'll do the genres or the decades. The thing I like about the Laurel says 60s to 80s. That's what I do. 60, 70, and 80. Because again, it's serious. It's by decade. And the thing I like about those channels are they're not genre specific. So they'll play any popular music in that decade on those stations, which makes it nice. Where like if you're on the rock stations, the classic rock, and I think it's like classic vinyl and classic rewind or some crap like that. Don't quote me on the names. There's something like that. That's just rock. Well, they throw in some Dylan, and that's folk. But you know what I'm talking about. In the same way with the country, that's mostly country. And I don't get into that. The missus, she likes newer stuff. I call it, the hip-hop country. She likes some of that stuff. I don't. That shows up in my. It's like, what the hell is that? Click. That ain't country. And it's not even so much that it bothers me, except for if I want country, I want country. I don't want that crap. Gus says, when we were at camp, we pretty on get with one station, WHOM. Yeah, unless I wanted to listen to French. Yeah, you're up there. You can probably get the Quebec, Canada. You listen to music from Canada. Yeah. Parlez-vous français? Vous trois. Sacre le blanc. Sacre le bleu. Bleu. Swear on blue. I don't know what it. I have to look into that again. I learned it for what it meant to. Why blue. Let's find out. Why do they say swear on blue? Why do the French say swear on blue? There's no matches. It's not coming up. Since it didn't come up right off the bat, I'll have to look into that tomorrow. Why they say that? Like I said, we got some Iroquois in the lineage, and they were sided with the French. They speak French. Iroquois. So how you been doing there, Bike and Bourbon? You came in late? Good that you came in. We were all over the place, like is usually the case. Had a feller come in from the UK, South Wales. Join the show tonight. Subscribe to the channel. So we'll probably be back. It's late. It was like 2 his time when he was yakking with us. Come on now. Everybody's getting quiet. We still got signal, right? Everybody's quiet. They want to sleep. I got some Vikings to watch. Everybody's saying yes. We're all there. Okay, we still got signal. That's good. Still got signal. It's quiet. And what did biking bourbon just was that a drive-by howdy? Howdy, folks, and cheers. He just drove by. Hey, he drove by, said hi, and he's off. And he's off. He's on his bike. I try to welcome him. Welcome him. Welcome him in. Welcome him in. Go ahead and say it out loud now. Welcome him in. And don't say it slow. Welcome him in. Boy, that's a mix up right there. Welcome him in. Yep. Oh, my nose itches again. My nose itches again. Judy says, geez. Hey, the dulcimer's being made. Yes. Taking a year to get the damn thing, but yes. Oh, she's going to be a beauty. She is going to be a beauty. I can't wait till it gets here, and then I do my unboxing video for y'all so I can get that up online. Oh, yes. Yes, indeedy. Judy says, I'm excited, finally. Yes, I am very excited. I almost wrote that off, and the missus is like, no, you're going to get that dulcimer. Like I said, it's a Cadillac of dulcimers. There's a lot of people with dulcimers. Not many people have dulcimers of that quality, though. Some people have multiple dulcimers. You know, you look online. It's like they got multiple. So they got nice dulcimers, but, oh, she's a beaut. She is a beaut. I can't wait to do some smooth jazz on the dulcimer. Doesn't that sound weird? It's the Whiskey Cowboy and smooth jazz on the dulcimer. Phil says, be right back. Talking to a friend in Florida that lost it all. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. If you need to take care of stuff, go ahead and take care of it. We ain't got much time. We're coming up on the hour anyways. Coming up on the 2-hour mark. So you go ahead and take care of your friend. Thank you for joining the show. There's more important things, and if he lost it all and you need some consoling, then you just take care of that. You take care of it. I said, what time is it now? What is officially? 9:59. 9:59. And it's funny because I'm tired. I'm dead tired, but I'll lay in bed and I won't be able to go to sleep. So I'll turn on the TV. Like I said, I see what them damn Vikings are doing again. They're always up. They're up to something. Ragnar is up to something. He's up to something. It's like, John, you've seen the series several times. Yes, I have. Stop it. I still like to act surprised. Like to act surprised. What is Ragnar doing again? His son, the Boneless, was born. They're actual people in history, but the series does not follow them in any historical accuracy. It's Phil says, thank you, Cowboy. Everyone, have a good night. You too now. And I'll see you online. Maybe the next show. Wednesday. Thank you for joining. But yeah, there's virtually nothing, except for names, there's virtually nothing historically accurate about the show Vikings. Another one I like too is Last Kingdom. I think that's what it's called, Last Kingdom. That's a Netflix series as well, but it follows the. It says PM me when you're up my way. I'll try to. I don't always know when I'm going to get up there, but if I know ahead of time, I'll let you know. Still think it'd be cool to get a Whiskey Cowboy get together. Now there's other live streams and groups out there that do that. I know that Matt Christensen, he doesn't have them, but they're folks who follow his content. They get together now and again. But I think it'd be pretty cool to have a Whiskey Cowboy get together up here. Gus says we're heading back to the camp on Tuesday. Stay till next Tuesday. We will be closing up for the winter. Sad time. Oh, so this is your last week? Maybe. We'll see. We'll see, because we didn't get up. This is the second year we did not get up and see your camp. Maybe if you're going to be up there till Tuesday, so that'll be the weekend. We'll see what's coming up this weekend. We'll see if we got any plans. We might be able to scoot on up and see you and Sally up at your camp. How's that sound? No promises, but if we try to fit it in our schedule, get on up there. Judy says, I binge watched The Shooter. It was great. I think it's over, though. The Shooter. Yeah, that doesn't... Yeah, it rings a bell, but I don't think I've seen that one. She says, a great show. I bet you would really like it. I'll have to look into it. I can't make it through Designated Survivor. I try. It's still there. But every time I go try to watch it now, I get about 10, 15 minutes. It's like, I can't do this shit. And I turn it off. Oh, I can do the Vikings. They're fine. I forget what the other show. Oh, I watched the horror. No, it wasn't. The Terror about an expedition into they're trying to find the Northwest Passage. I think it was like 1830s. Donna says I like that one. A lot of people like it. I'm too much of a critical thinker, Donna. I know too much about the backstories and how things work for that show to really work for me. Designated Survivor, yeah. Yeah, no, I get it, Judy. It was about a sniper, action-packed. Yeah, no, I get that. The Shooter, yeah. But, The Terror, horrible. But I followed through. I finished the damn show. Donna says, I just binged Carnival Row. Yeah, it doesn't ring a bell either. A bunch of clowns? I don't know. Carnival Row. Do you remember the show Lost? Yes. The Missus is actually, it's on Netflix. Mrs. was watching it. She was watching it. She does that when she's working. She has her, because she has her office. I have my studio. And then she has her office. My studio's upstairs. Her office is downstairs. And so she does her work, and she's has stuff on in the background all the time. But yeah, I don't know if she's finished it or not, but she was watching it, Lost. She was watching SWAT as well. That's another one I can't watch. I can't watch SWAT. But yeah, she was watching Lost. And then, what? The 100 or something like that? That's like Lost, but in the future from space, right? Donna says, bunch of fairies at the turn of the century in the UK. And Gus says, yeah. Yeah, Lost and the 100 are similar shows, just set different. Yeah, Lost is they're like crashed on a island, and then there's other people that they ran into, and yeah, it's pretty much like the 100, but just set in different. One's with space, and then a planet, and the other one is an island. Yeah, I watched a bunch of the 100. I don't think I made it to the end. It was one of those shows that got more stupid the longer it goes. They always do that. Twin Peaks, never watched Twin Peaks. Never watched Twin Peaks. No. Never watched see, I didn't watch it, and I can't even I don't even remember the name of it. Weird but good? Yeah, that's what I gather. Donna says I like Twin Peaks but slow. And I watched Resident Alien. Now we're waiting for the new season to come in. That's a weird show. That's well, what's that show that I never watched a single episode of? We've talked about it before. It's kind of like Warriors and family drama and Kingdoms and what the hell's that show called? Real popular. The hell was it? Oh, Gus says weird, good. He is funny. Yeah, the alien and Resident Alien. Yeah, he's funny. It's weird. Wentworth and Ozark are good. I started Ozark a while back, a year or two ago, and I didn't get into it. It was too formulaic. The first episode was very formulaic, so I didn't get interested in it because it's like, yeah, I can predict everything that's happening here. It's not doing anything to me, so I may have to just watch it again. Wentworth, I didn't watch that. What's the damn Game of Thrones? There we go, Game of Thrones. I've never watched Game of Thrones. Never watched, not even one episode. Didn't do it. It got better. Yeah, I heard that Ozark got better. But do you remember the first episode? It really sucked. It was like everything is just, you could predict everything that was happening. Gus says, oh, I like that one. And Donna says, me neither. You liked Game of Thrones, Gus? Yeah, I never watched that. Haven't watched House of Cards. I heard that was pretty good. Haven't watched that one. Haven't watched Madam Secretary. I heard that it's a spin-off of sort of like Hillary Clinton. So that turns me off. But I like the female actress that plays in that one. I like her and stuff. But I didn't want anything that even made me think of Hillary Clinton at all. So I liked West Wing when it was running. That was good. And they were a bunch of Democrats in that one too. But I like that show. I like West Wing. Gus says West Wing. Right. Yeah, West Wing. I like that one. It was a good show. I'd watch that again. But that was from a time where they were Democrats, but didn't have all the woke and stupid shit in it. It wasn't all pushing agenda. It was a good show. Yeah. Yep. Well, we are after 10. We're 10 after 10. Wentworth is about an Aussie prison. Oh, I might have to. What time era? What era? Is it modern or is it like from the 1800s or? Wentworth is a military prison too. In the United States. Laurel says it's modern times. Yeah, I'll have to look into that. Laurel says I'm calling in tonight. Good night, all. Hey, good night, Laurel. You have a good evening. Get some rest. And I'm cutting things down too. Everybody's winding up. I'm surprised Wayne didn't jump back in and start talking. It's like it's 10 o'clock, so let's wind John up. It's like, no, it's that's fine. I haven't been sleeping. So Judy says, oh, that was a great series. I binged that too. I talk about Wentworth. Peggy says, good night, all, and thank you, John. You're most welcome, Peggy. And again, those are coming in late. If you would like to help support the various content that I put out there is a link in the description. Like, share, subscribe, donate if you have the ability. It all helps. Donna says, night, all. Judy says, night, all. Donna says, night, all. That's twice. No, good night, Laurel. Okay. I'm sure we're missing some people. Yes, hit the like button. Y'all need to come back to my channel someday and just hit every damn live stream and just comment underneath it. It's like whatever. It's fine. But thank you all for joining the show. I'm sure I forgot some folks. We got the Bike and Bourbon. He kind of came in and left. I don't know if he was still there. And we'll take this happy little tree over here and the little happy waterfall and the nice big happy mountains. I never thought, no, I'm not like Bob Ross. Not quite like that. But, yeah, I'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning. And get more content out there. Wednesday is the next show. Same time, same place. But thank you very much. Let me go here. Take care and God bless.